Okay, this is the second video of tonight's homework. You've already watched the Brain Pop video talking about prime and composite factors. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. Okay, a factor is a number multiplied by another number to get a product. For example, 2 times 3, 2 and 3 are factors that give you a product of 6. A prime number is a whole number that has exactly 2 factors, one in itself. 11 is an example of a prime number. The only factors that you can multiply to get 11 are 1 and 11. 7 is another example of a prime number. 1 times 7 will give you 7. And a composite number is a number greater than 1 with more than 2 factors. For example, 8. The factors for 8 are 1 times 8 and also 2 times 4. So there are more than 2 factors, so 8 is a composite number. 10 would be another example. 1 times 10, 2 times 5. 10 has 4 factors, that's more than 2, therefore it is a composite number. 1, however, is the loneliest number. Why do you think 1 is so lonely? It's because 1 is not prime or composite. So if you're asked, is 1 prime or composite, you say neither. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of prime numbers. For example, 4. We can write 4 as 2 times 2, where the 2's are prime numbers. And 6. 6 can be written as 2 times 3, where 2 and 3 are both prime numbers. This is called a prime factorization of the number. A factor tree can be used to find the prime factorization of a number. Let's take the number 54. Okay? We're going to choose 2 factors that when multiplied together will give us 54. In this case, I'm going to say 2 times 27. All right, 2 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. 27, however, is composite because it has more than 2 factors. So I need to keep doing my factor tree until all I'm left with are prime numbers. 27, I can use the factors 3 times 9. 3 is a prime number, so I'll circle it. 9, however, is not prime, so I keep factoring. I use the factors 3 times 3 to get my 9, and these 3's are prime, so I will circle my prime numbers. Now, taking a look at my factor tree, they all end in circled prime numbers. So to write my prime factorization answer, I just write all my circled numbers using multiplication symbols in between. So the prime factorization of 54 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Let's do another example. Let's find the prime factorization of 72 using our factor tree. The first step in factoring, or finding the prime factorization, is finding 2 factors that equal 72. This is where most students make their mistake, especially with larger numbers. They come up with 2 factors that they think equal 72 when they multiply, but they really don't. So always check and make sure that the 2 factors you choose multiplied together will give you the product of 72. 72 has several products, guys. Doesn't matter which you choose first, as long as or which you choose to use, as long as it truly equals 72. For example, you could use 2 times 36. You could use 6 times 12. Most of you would probably say 8 times 9 or 9 times 8, and that's the one that I'm going to use. So I'm going to start my factor tree, and I'm going to say 8 times 9. And I'll start with 8. Is 8 a prime number? No. So I can't circle it. I need to continue to factor. 2 times 4 will give me 8. My 2 is a prime number, so I'll circle it. However, 4 is not prime, so I continue factoring the 4, and I get 2 times 2. Those are both prime numbers, so I'll circle them. Hopefully you're doing this example in your notes and your journals as we do it here on the board. Okay, let's go to 9. 9 is not a prime number, so let's factor. And we get 3 times 3, which 3 is prime, so I'll circle both of those. Now that I have all prime numbers left and circled, I'm just going to go and write them down as my answer. So the prime factorization of 72 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. If you need to pause the video to catch up on writing the notes, you go right ahead. Alright, This is for you to work on your own. Find the prime factorization for 96 and the prime factorization for 500. Use a factor tree. Pause the video. Once you have your answers, then come on back and let's check to see if you got the right prime factorization. Okay, let's check your answers. Prime factorization for 96. Doesn't matter which two factors you use as long as they multiply and give you 96 as a product. Your final answer should have been 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. We can check our answer by multiplying it out. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 3 is 96. That is the correct prime factorization. Prime factorization for 50. You should have gotten 2 times 2 times 5 times 5 times 5. Let's check our answer. 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20, 20 times 5 is 100, and 100 times 5 is 500. We got the correct answers. All right, this is it for tonight. Go ahead and do your homework check.